Serious, what are some of the biggest mistakes people can make in their 20s? Living a lifestyle you can't afford. Along with this, not saving money. Emergency fund, retirement, etc. Even just a little bit is better than nothing. Saving big chunks like tax returns instead of treating yourself is hella smart. That's not to say don't ever treat yourself responsibly. Got a $2,000 tax return? Sweet. Spend $100 or less on something nice, and squirrel the rest away for emergencies. Just ducking coast through life waiting for something to happen. Nobody is gonna walk up to you and hand you a meaning to your life or a fulfilling career. Adding to this, just because you don't know what to do with your life, doesn't mean you should do nothing. Not getting a routine of a healthy lifestyle. When older people say it gets a lot harder when you're older, they mean it. But, you can always start treating your body better at any age. Don't throw in the towel because you're older. Don't make excuses, make goals. Exactly this. Even today my wife and I have goals around hiking, backpacking, powerlifting, archery, climbing, etc. We didn't start this until our early 30s and haven't stopped yet. Our goals keep getting a little more brave and it feels awesome. Having children by the wrong person. Don't waste time being self-conscious, don't waste time on negative people, relationships, interpersonal dramas. Use this time for personal development. Get good at things you enjoy. Be friends with people who make you happy. Do interesting shit. Literally no one, ever, has looked back and been pleased that they spent 6 months embroiled in roommate drama. You're not going to, hopefully, be regaling the bar with how that bitch Cheryl bleached your towels in 6 years. It doesn't ducking matter. No one has ever been super jazzed that they nitpicked their own appearance for 7 years and consequently couldn't enjoy themselves because they were pulling at their clothing. I'm not talking about self-improvement, I'm talking about being really unhappy with yourself for the sake of being really unhappy with yourself. Stop doing that, you're fine. If your relationship involves screaming, drunken screaming, the silent treatment, weird subterfuge, or general nastiness, and I could make an endless list of bullshit behavior, leave that relationship. You are going to outgrow friendships. Other people are going to outgrow your friendship. This is normal. It's not an indictment of you as a person. It can be painful, handle it with grace. And always, think before you react. Always be your own devil's advocate. Think about others, think about how you sound when dealing with conflict. Being a stable person is partially an acquired skill. Learn it. For the majority of my friends in high school it was trying heroin after experimenting with pills. Since then 6 have died and the rest are either struggling with their addiction or have completely ruined their lives. Edit, this is Central Eastern Kentucky. Damn man, I feel sorry for that. It's crazy too, I remember when people started experimenting with it after they got bored with weed. Only one of my addict friend got their shit together after it was all said and done. I had a raging coke habit. Moving 20 miles from all my friends and my dealer fixed that, and I was kind of forced into that by other unrelated things. I almost OD'd and had a heart attack on it. My heart rate was 190 sitting still. We think we're invincible when we're young but we're really not. I flushed about $1,000 of coke down the toilet that night 4 years ago and never touched it again. Duck cocaine. I spent 4 days in the hospital after I called an ambulance for myself. I'd taken a gram of Molly when I still had cocaine in my system and ended up having a heart attack. It's definitely a wake-up call. Not exercising. Never stop. Keep an active lifestyle if you can. It only gets harder and harder to get back into it. Edit, exercise isn't the mistake. Stopping is. As a teen who only studies, browses Reddit, and sleeps, I really should start not sitting down all day. My unsolicited advice is this: find friends who already do a lot of stuff outside. Whether that means joining a sports team, or something like ski team, or tennis, or whatever, or finding a hobby or volunteer position that gets you outside, day camp counselor, hiking trail maintenance crew, etc. Meet and befriend people who have a passion for getting outside, and you will suddenly find yourself outside a lot more. It is a lot harder to say I'm just going to be lazy today when that means you have to cancel plans and disappoint your friends. Duck everything else in this thread, take care of your teeth. To add to this, go to the ducking dentist. You are not Tom Hanks in Castaway all isolated on a desert island. Ike, if you live in the US but going to the dentist is so freaking expensive. I can't afford a dental cleanup and checkup for $500 bucks, haha, I can barely put food on the table to chew with my rotted teeth. Where in the US do you live? If there is a dental school in your area, you can get quality and supervised but very slow work done for practically free. Often it is free if you are on Medicare and want the cheaper options in terms of care. A toothache is nothing to mess around with, man. I've been there, and your quality of life will be massively improved even if you just get it yanked out. Get a DUI. It will seriously duck up your life. Uber and taxis for years are cheaper than one DUI. Or you can kill someone and live with the guilt for your entire life. One of my best friends killed someone in a drunk driving wreck. He had a full ride to college. Now he's in prison for vehicular manslaughter while intoxicated. No matter how good you think you are at driving drunk, you are not. Coasting on their potential. It's easy to put off actually doing anything while you're still basking in the glory of being the smart kid at school or university, but then all of a sudden you're 29 and there are celebrities younger than you and you find yourself wondering where to even get started. If you want something, the time to start working towards it is while you're young and hungry. Falling out of the habit of exercising regularly. It's such an easier habit to maintain than it is to adopt in one's 30s. Edit, this comment isn't about weight loss. It's about exercise. You can all stop talking about limiting calories. I've literally been there and done that. Looking thin is not the only component to having a healthy body. The solution is finding something you actually like to do. If running on a treadmill at Planet Fitness sounds like the literal manifestation of hell on earth, then maybe go wakeboarding a few times a week or lift weights or ride a bike or do yoga or ducking jazzercise. Whatever makes you happy and shows you progress in yourself over time is what you should do for exercise. And for anyone who's a lazy piece of shit like me who doesn't like just about any exercise, find fun things to associate with exercise. I have a favorite show on Netflix I've been meaning to watch, so I only let myself watch that show while exercising. Gets me a good half-hour session of treadmill or elliptical every day. And when you're watching an intense show, the time flies. I call in Netflix and Mill. Don't think that there is plenty of time to save for retirement. If it is possible for you to put something away on a regular basis, do it. The best time to start is when you get a job that offers you more pay than what you were getting. Take a percentage of the increase and start savings that right from the beginning. That helps make it such that you never miss it. Exactly what I came to say. Number 37. Of your income in a 401k starting in your 20s is worth as much as 10 to 15. Number 37. Starting in your 30s, roughly. It is so easy to set yourself up with a nice nest egg even though it looks like nothing at first. It's amazing how well it builds over time. When starting a new job, I've been told put in your max that you could or max out. This gets you used to putting a larger amount in, as the more you put in the better. I mean, at the least meet the company match, as that's free money wasted. Exactly. Putting in less than the company will match is just crazy. Even if they match 50% of what you put in up to 6% or so, put in that 6% if at all possible. It makes a huge difference over time. Not taking advantage of your greatest asset, time. When I was talking with an older friend who was very well off, millionaire, I jokingly said, "I'll trade you my age for your money." And his reply has always stuck with me. He said, "I can do more with your time than you can do with my money." I didn't take it as an insult but as motivation to make the most of my time and not waste it. Buying vehicles they can barely afford. Not realizing that the really nice cars also usually have really high insurance rates. I saw this happen to some friends in my late teens, early 20s. I have a friend that decided to go out and get a used Infiniti G37 coupe because it looked cool. One day he starts asking me how much I pay for insurance on my car. I ask him why he's curious, and it turns out that he's paying almost $300 a month on insurance alone. And his car payment is around $350 for a 5-year loan. He was paying almost $700 a month for a $20,000 car. EDT, loan not a lease. Come to Toronto, a 21-year-old will be getting $300 a month on a Corolla. Get loans, credit cards that they can't fully pay off. Spend more money than you truly have or make. I did all that. Now I'm punished by my own poor mistakes of trying to spend money with PPL who make way more. I got 2 to 3 more years and am paid off.